to Jesters of Ravenloft, where a group of comedians try to escape the horrors of the mists. The troupe spoke with several citizens of Corntown with mixed results. Tyler collected useful information from a local criminal, Quickling. New Rogue tried to give corn to the poor, and he was joined by the doctor deputy who robbed an unconscious person to make them poor. New Rogue then accidentally killed the misguided squire, but Dell was able to save him before collapsing. Meanwhile, Shadow Nemesis tried to kill Gregernant Mahn, but when Gregernant escaped and summoned the town watch, Shadow Nemesis fled town. Can the rest of Wet Change survive the consequences meant only for Shadow Nemesis? I doubt it.
Hello, friends, and welcome to this week's recording of Jesters of Ravenloft. We are so happy to have you. We've got almost the whole gang here with us. Guy Bradford could not make it this week. He is off at a family event. He's doing well. He's taking some well-deserved time off. He's creating more of those pop culture references, undoubtedly, by watching King of the Hill yet again to bring that back to us, along with Batman and or Batman Returns. But we are here. We're very excited to be here. I'll also do a quick recap of everything that's happened up to this point, but I think we got to start off right where we should, which is asking, does anybody have anything fun that happened this week of you lovely players? Or is there anything nerdy you want to show off?
Ryan, you did something fun?
I can't remember. Oh,
birthday.
We all did. That's true.
Yeah.
Tyler set this up. It was very fun. We went to a movie theater and played Space Marine 2 in a big Cineplex movie theater for like 2 hours on Saturday morning. And it ruled.
Yes.
Sweet.
It was the best. And I realized, Dell, you also got something nerdy that I can show off on screen. I will go collect it in just a second.
Oh, yes. A new friend. A new friend for the studio. Yeah. This is a good nerdy thing because it's getting to be spooky Halloween times.
Okay.
So I start wanting to watch spooky movies again. So we got
saw this down there.
Ooh.
we got a Michael Myers Jokers to hang out in the basement.
Awesome.
Yeah. Michael Myers
Nice.
Jokers is Dell's term for we watched the Halloween movies, and I walked Dell through like my art historian version of the original Halloween, and then we got to the new ones, and anytime Michael Myers set up like a corpse with like a candle in its mouth or whatever, for some reason Dell would be like, oh, he's doing a Jokers, and then it became like he's murdering people brutally, but whenever he does a tableau, it's just Michael Myers doing a Jokers to frighten the police. So it became like we just started calling him Michael Myers Jokers. And now Dell will move this around the basement to startle me with it. Like I'll go and it'll be fine, and then he'll be looming over a PlayStation controller, and I'll get shocked. It'll be on my desk. So, and if I'm not paying attention, she'll come down and go, "Where's Michael Myers?" Now he moved again. So this is our elf on a shelf. It's just where's Michael Myers? And he's in the basement menacing me doing activities. So that's our other thing from this week. They'll threaten my dice tray.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So that's been it. If you get your chance to rent a movie theater, play Space Marine 2. If you've already beat the campaign, Act 5. Act 5 is a very good time, and you can get through it in about, 2:15 if you're me, 2 or less if you're someone else.
That's very fun.
That was a very, very fun time.
You got through it all in one try.
That's
very
true.
impressive.
I did do that, which was nice. On normal difficulty, I'm not that good. I got to do a quick recap. So for anybody who missed last week's episode / the entire show, I've given up on trying to summate the entire show because we're 120 plus episodes, as I learned this week.
Yep.
So some of you are just going to have to listen to. But our party as it stands consists of 3 comedians and their stage manager who was sucked into Ravenloft. They've been garnering powers and gifts and curses and training as heroes in Dungeons & Dragons. They're Dell is a visual bard who can also speak to ghosts. She's become very close friends with a bone horse full of fire. She accidentally has ended up the boss of Dr. Deputy, a tiny evil squire of a former Black Knight villain that they have defeated. There is Adam, who during his time became infected with a venom-like symbiote that encourages him to either eat brains or waste people's time. He also has trained as a barbarian, and his brain fell apart, and he now has multiple personalities that have been locked inside him, some of them from Earth and some of them here in Ravenloft. So he has currently, the one driving the bus is Shadow Nemesis, a Saturday morning cartoon villain who would like to have all of the power and all of the things. There is New Rogue, who was originally Guy Bradford, who died and was brought back to life, but sacrificing parts of his body chosen by the group for that to happen. So from his elbows to his hands, his knees to his feet, and his eyes have all been replaced with spectral glowing versions. They are ghost limbs that kill anything they touch. He's also become the character of New Rogue. He named himself, and he has been trained as a cleric of Ezra, mainly self-taught, but a little bit of training. He's determined to that he's A, decided that Ezra is the god of life, and B, decided that he will serve Ezra and protect his friends. He can't touch any living thing except for Jack Magnum, a goat given to him by the mists. A lot of G words, apparently, in the descriptions today. I'm just living with that. New Rogue the Goat Ghost. There is also Tyler, last but not least. He has grown horns. He is 6 feet tall. He is green-skinned. He's got a pinky he can remove that is currently missing on air that he can do magical abilities with. He's also trained as a blade singer, meaning he is an ass-kicking wizard. He gets up close. He fights real hard. He's a glass hammer, as we have deemed him over the course of this campaign. They are battling their way through Ravenloft to defeat and become Dark Lords because they were summoned accidentally by the god Ezra. They are in their third realm at this point. What they know about this place is they are in a rather idyllic countryside where a big climactic battle is happening tonight between the Gravewalker, an evil necromantic villain, and Prince Auric Brighteyes. They haven't seen the combat yet because they've all died multiple times, but it has involved them restarting the day in what they assume is a Groundhog Day style scenario where they have been collecting things, and it seems like they've been able to keep the things that have appeared on their person. They're leaving notes. They've got a couple of experiments going on right now. Mm-hmm. They are in their third day, their third restart. They have battled their way through a farm full of evil things, discovered the talisman of ultimate evil, which has been claimed by Shadow Nemesis. Then Dell was eaten by a giant owl and hauled away, though she managed to survive that just barely. And their group went back to the village, Corntown, the central village, where they were determined to collect things that would help them go to a monastery where they realized something else is hidden. Tyler got useful information in that he discovered that the talisman of ultimate evil was stolen from the Gravewalker before the battle, and that it appeared that there's something referred to as the Sunblade that was also stolen, which in a previous adventure as a ghost, because he died, Shadow Nemesis is relatively sure that he discovered at an abandoned monastery of Ezra that is west of the town. So they're determined to collect things and make their way there, only Del just got back and collapsed. Shadow Nemesis wanted to murder a guy who had offended him in his 2 previous days in this realm, but he botched it. The party was left in town with New Rogue accidentally almost murdering the Dr. Deputy by shoving a hand through his torso because he wanted to help the poor, so he'd wander through town yelling, "Are you poor?" so he could give them corn, and no one showed up. So the Dr. Deputy robbed an unconscious person to make them poor. Luckily, he was saved by Dell, and Tyler put himself between Gregernant Mahn, this first defender of the town, to realize Shadow Nemesis was trying to kill him, and allowed Shadow Nemesis to escape out of town on his cockatrice because they do not have horses in this realm. They have lizard-like semi-bird ostrich raptors that if they peck you may turn you to stone. Yeah. Shadow Nemesis is fleeing, leaving consequences behind for everyone else. That is where we left things off. Did I leave anything out? Are there any continuity questions from our players?
No continuity questions. Oh, I guess a quick one of just like, is Dr. Deputy stable right now? Did we stabilize him last episode?
Dell used Healing Word on Dr. Deputy to give him a reasonable, not a lot of health, but he's got a little bit, and he's gone and is basically sitting with her and Rumpleforeskin where they all collapsed. Rumpleforeskin is the name of the Bone Horse Full of Fire. It was chosen by Chad. We did not think this character was still going to be here 120 episodes after it started.
But Dr. Deputy's guts are still hanging out, but he's healed?
Dr. Deputy left some guts on the ground, but he has been healed. So New Rogue is standing over a pile of guts. No, he's healed up again, but there is just random intestines under New Rogue, along with ripped bits of cape.
Yum yum.
Wow.
Yum yum. Okay.
Good clarification. Thank you.
Yeah.
No problem. All right. If there are no further questions, it's time for us to return to Ravenloft. One of you, Shadow Nemesis, has escaped the town and are making your way away, knowing that you have a plan and the others will soon follow once they deal with whatever they need to deal with in town. But back in town. Corn Town, as we've said, is a long single stretch of town with buildings on either side. At the northernmost edge, in the direction the Shadow Nemesis went, Dell, you are collapsed next to Rumple Foreskin, who is collapsed and also exhausted. Collapsed next to you is the Dr. Deputy, who is excited to have you back as a boss and who you told to shut up, so he's shut up. In the center of town, New Rogue stands over a pile of gore, his goat by his side, with just shattered, like melted pieces of his cape fluttering around him after having failed to save the Dr. Deputy. And then at the southernmost edge of this kind of town stretch, Tyler, you are standing with your shield raised opposite Gregernant Mahn, having ordered Shadow Nemesis to leave town, just to get the hell out of here. And he did so. But Gregernant Mahn has called for the town watch to arm themselves to come out because everyone is under attack. Dell and Tyler, can you both roll me a perception?
Good start. Natural 1.
A perception. I rolled a 21.
Thanks, Del.
Tyler.
Thanks for covering us.
Tyler, you go to look away, and when you look back, you just get a handful of sand hucked into your eyes by Gregernant Mahn, who's not sure what's going on. So you are going to be blinded for one round. Okay. But Dell, you dazed, near, asleep, just exhausted, hurting your whole body there. You hear the quietest fluttering of feathers, and it stands out to you because you've heard this before.
No.
You hear a quiet
No.
and a giant owl opens its beak and eats, just in one scoop, New Rogue and Jack Magnum, and takes off. It's
wow. Incredible.
You're not going to do the Jack Magnum voice while Guy's not around?
I guess it's going with them. Oops.
Oh my god. I'm hiding. I grab Dr. Deputy and pull him in front of me and try to hide and make myself small because I'm scared it's coming after me.
Yep, and the owl makes its way into the distance. I will say, Dell, you see this happen. Tyler, you start to hear this happen, but you will suffer one attack with advantage. Are you saying or doing anything, Tyler? Shadow Nemesis is left, and you interposed yourself. You've now taken sand in the eyes. Before I decide exactly what Gregernant Mahn does.
Yeah, what I'd be saying and doing after getting sand in the eyes is raising my hands to my face and going, fuck! Because that shit sucks.
All right, then, yeah, he's going to take a bonk because he feels like he's got the advantage here. For Gregernant, that will be...
He's got to beat a 21.
It'll be a dirty 20, so he will miss with your blade singing. It keeps you safe.
My goodness.
So he swings and misses. Tyler, you manage to clear your vision. Dell, is there anything you want to do? You can hear the clamoring within the surrounding buildings. You know more people are about to come out. You do not feel a beak surround you. You do not suffer another owling at this time.
Yeah, just pulling myself back together. Hey, Mr. Mahn, the general didn't do anything wrong. Don't fight the general. We're on your side.
Can you roll me a persuasion?
Yes. It is 23.
Okay.
So Gregernant got a 19, but that's not enough to beat a 23. So he stops with his war pick in his hand for a second and stands back and goes, what are you guys, I'm not gonna fuck it. What's happening?
We're leaving.
Yeah.
We're leaving and you'll never see us again.
Armored gnomes are like staggering out of buildings, half in their armor. And you see what you would recognize from your previous time, the kind of snake-like, worm-like robotic construct and the other more humanoid form with the big slab shield arms come out from behind the tavern that is owned by Nicholas Philip Church and just begin to stagger their way out. But they all stop as they take in this scene because it's not clear what's going on. Are you're just gonna leave?
Yep. I just I didn't want my friend to die back there. That's all. And I know he did wrong by you. That's why we're getting out of here. We're leaving. We're not coming back. I'm sorry.
I read her. What about your? Oh no, the cleric's gone.
You all have to watch out for big owls. There's a big owl epidemic or something going on. A big owl took our cleric, and so but we're gonna go.
The moment you say a big owl took our cleric, you hear a bunch of the gnomes gasping, just in shock. They had a cleric. The owl took the cleric. The cleric's gone. We're cursed. Ezra's cursing this town.
What?
Well, sounds like you guys got a lot going on. We'll leave you to it, and I just gotta start backing away. Oh man, yeah, that's crazy. See ya.
Tyler, can you roll me a persuasion with advantage?
Oh, okay. Persuasion. So it's a 12.
12. Okay.
Kind of dicey.
All right. Gregernant, even rolling with disadvantage, goes,
Wait, what? You can't just go. There's been crimes committed here. We got to make this all balance out and such. How are you going to do right by us? Look at all these biscuits that got ruined. Buttermilk's going to be so horrified.
Buttermilk Biscuits kicks open the door. None of you have seen this character, but it's just a man wearing a chef's hat with a giant biscuit on top and an apron covered in biscuit buttons going, oh no, my biscuits! My biscuits! They didn't even do a surprise! They didn't even help with the war! What did you do to my biscuits? Oh no! And you see him fall to his knees crying and hugging a biscuit barrel.
We're gonna help with the war, and we will probably die. We're gonna help with war and probably die. So that's like justice, right? That's fine. That's what we're gonna do, all of us.
Oh God! Wait, so what you're saying is you're going to gloriously sacrifice? How do we know that that's true?
I'm telling you it right now, and then we'll be dead soon. So.
But then you got to go to the war. You can't. If I let you go, maybe you just go somewhere else and you don't gloriously sacrifice yourself, and then we won't have justice for buttermilk biscuits.
What do I have to do to make this right for you guys?
I'm not a smart man. Just a second.
I'm not either.
He walks over and Nicholas Philip Church comes out of the tavern in his own armor and he goes,
I need you to solve a problem. I don't know how this works.
Okay. What's the problem? You're here. It's somebody. Oh God! Oh, it's a biscuit related thing. Okay, that's going to be a big deal. So, can you pay for the biscuits? Is there something you can give him for the biscuits?
I don't have a lot of money, but I can give you this. I'll produce the medal that was given to each of us to be champions way back in Happy Town. I still have my medal.
Oh, wow.
What is the? I think Nicholas Philip Church will look at it and go, I think that could work. Buttermilk biscuits. Oh, they sullied the biscuits. They ruined the barrel. I understand, but come over here. The general has a gift for you. Oh. He's making that sound with every step as he walks towards you. Oh. It takes him 2 minutes to get to you as he keeps doing that down a very long walk. What do you have that'll make this right, Mr. General?
I'm really sorry that this happened to your biscuits. I can tell they meant a lot to you. I have this. I hope it's enough. And I produce the medal.
A persuasion with double advantage. 1, for being very good looking, and 2, because the medal is circular and thus shaped like a biscuit.
Biscuit shape. Double advantage, you say? Okay, well, what's that? That's a 1. Let's not look at that again. 10. So 10 is in the lead. So I'm rolling 2. I'm rolling 4 d20.
So you would essentially roll 3 d20. It's like
so 10's in the lead, and then this one takes it for an 18 persuasion.
Ooh.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's so beautiful. Oh, I can make a whole new kind of biscuits. I gotta figure out how to put buttermilk in this. Oh my God. Buttermilk's metal biscuits. It's biscuits. It's biscuits. Yay, yay, yay. He just starts bouncing away, kicking his heels, singing about biscuits. The whole town visibly relaxes. And you hear Gregernant from the side go, "Justice is served."
Wow.
So we're cool?
Yeah, you can go.
Okay, thank you. Sorry. Thank you. I will turn my back to this town of people and just like kind of squint and grimace as I try to walk out, as hopefully turning my back being a good gesture. Like, I trust you not to pound me into paste with your robots.
Yep. Had you ridden into town or did you leave your cockatrice at the top of the hill?
I would have left Jackson Triggs at the top of the hill.
Great. So your cockatrice is there. Del, you've got Rumple Foreskin. Dr. Deputy's cockatrice is up at the top of the hill, so you can all just walk back should you so wish.
Definitely gonna follow Tyler out, help Rumple Foreskin up, and use like my guidance on Rumple Foreskin. Just be like, "Okay, you can walk. You gonna be okay? I'll just get out of here. These people are weird."
Yeah, I can do it. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Oh man, this is crazy.
You're telling
and you
me.
all make your way to town. When you look behind you, you can see a line of armored gnomes with the constructs with them just standing at the edge of town watching you exit but going no further.
Yeah. God, this is who they leave behind during wartime. Who the hell did they send to fight?
I don't know. Danger gnomes, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm scared.
Yeah.
How are you two doing, by the way? You and Rumple, like,
Well,
I saw you were eaten by an owl.
yeah, I stabbed the owl, told it to land. Apparently owls can understand people speaking, which is kind of fucked up.
Okay.
But then it tried to squish us, like malicious compliance landing. And I set it on fire, and Werner saved me, and then Rumple Foreskin saved me, and we ran away from a Tyrannosaurus Rex. It came here. I know it sounds nuts, but that's literally what happened.
No, I believe you. It's just it's still nuts. So that owl then is not the same one.
The owl that got me is dead, but there must be a bunch of them. I don't know where those owls are coming from.
What is it about us that these owls like so much?
I don't know. It's scary.
All right, well, I guess keep an eye out for it.
So we gotta find New Rogue now, where that owl went.
Did you see where it went?
No, I hid.
I mean, this isn't New Rogue's first rodeo being eaten by an owl. I mean, hopefully he can handle himself. I had no way of finding you. I couldn't even communicate with Rumple through the sending stone.
Oh, right. Rumple Foreskin has my sending stone.
So.
Oh yeah, if you want it, it's just in my right saddlebag.
Okay, yeah, I'll snag that. But no, well, we had to run away really fast. How long were we running through the woods? It was crazy.
I don't know. It's like to get here took about 3 hours, 2.5 hours, something like that.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're both all right.
Yeah, I tried to help the poor and then almost died.
I saw, buddy. That was nuts, huh?
Yeah, you better watch out. Those pores will get you.
Okay, well, great. Well,
He's learning something.
Yeah, well, we got a long walk ahead of ourselves. We can try to deprogram him of that. And you, what the hell was that, Shadow Nemesis?
There you are.
Shadow Nemesis, when you left the village, would you have just gone out of sight of the village and stopped? Like, where were you heading?
I don't know how the geography is, but like if there was, I would go far enough down the path and maybe like just out of sight so I can kind of like peek my head around like a corner or like a rock or a tree or something.
Yeah, I would say you move past the fields into kind of some of the forest before there's the fork left and right. You can see the kind of mountainous hills in the distance. And you do spot your friends who also spot you because you're peeking around a tree, but you have a giant bird.
Yeah, I was watching them with my my hand turned into those opera glasses, and I was like kind of like spying the action, hoping that they would have taken people out, but
No,
they did their thing, and they were friendly, and so no one died. But yeah.
All right, you are reunited as a party.
Together again, and it feels so good.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously we lost New Rogue, but I mean, even when I got eaten by the owl, I was kind of thinking like, if I die, like, well here, I guess, it sucks, but.
Well,
Yeah,
is
I don't
he
like having
dead?
such
Should
a-
we?
I don't like having a cavalier attitude
after-
about it, but I don't know what to do otherwise.
Yeah.
He gets swooped
Yeah,
up
a
and
bird ate
taken.
him, and the bird is gone. I'm holding on to his bird while I ride my bird, but do we need this other bird?
Yes. Let's hold on to the bird.
Okay,
hold
we'd like
on
an
to it
extra
then.
bird.
Huh?
Give it the Shadow Nemesis.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know. Why don't we tie him up to Dr. Deputy's bird, and then he can kind of like just bring the bird along in case we need another bird. You never know.
Fine. I just don't want to be near that thing. This thing tried to peck and petrify New Rogue.
Oh, right.
Boss, do
Yeah,
I keep this bird?
yeah, it's your job to watch the bird. Try not to get hurt, I guess.
Okay, all right. Come here, bird.
He lashes Westra's reins to his saddle and he just says, I'm your boss now, so don't
Yep.
you do this to me, bird. Let's see how that goes.
Oh, God.
All right, so he rolled a 2, but Westra rolled a 3. So it's a battle of the champions over here. So Westra is going to attack him.
God
Oh,
damn it,
God.
Westra.
Westra misses, and then he's going to try to smack Westra on the head. Bad bird! And he does. Oh, good. And he does 6 damage to Westra. He's like, "Rah!" That's what you get. I'm dominant. You're a bird.
I mean,
I'm your boss now. Westra goes, "Rah!" He says, yes, shut up. You have to be quiet. The boss likes time to think.
That's
good
better.
work, Dr. Deputy.
No
Keep it
problem, boss. Let's do this.
Yeah, all right. Where
What's
are we
this?
going? Yeah, what is this?
Well, there was talk of a monastery, the one that Shadow Nemesis had been to when he was a ghost, and I hear there might be something really powerful there that might. Oh well, actually, I don't know if I've pieced that together out of character. I don't know that I've pieced that together, but I will say there's rumors of something going on at the monastery that's kind of over near where we split up from
Right.
Ghost Shadow Nemesis, and when we went to try and find the prince, as far as I can tell, this talisman
Right.
thing that this amulet that Shadow Nemesis has, it belonged to the Gravewalker.
Oh, okay.
Really?
It's really powerful, and
Well,
the prince had some kind of equally powerful or similar level of value item called the Sunblade.
Oh, okay.
So, we found this at the farm. Maybe the Sunblade's at the monastery. I don't know. We don't have much else to go on in terms of clues, but I like the idea of us keeping this out of the Gravewalker's hands, and I'd like the idea of us either having the Sunblade or maybe returning it to the prince if we can confirm 100% that he's not the Dark Lord of this realm. Like, this might still be his nightmare.
Right, we got to figure that
oh
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old twisteroo, like in the last realm.
Yeah.
Right.
Until we're sure, I guess it's safest for us to keep all this powerful shit.
Yeah,
Hopefully the Sunblade won't, murder whoever touches it, but
yeah, true. Well, I mean, that's as good as bad as any because the farm had the talisman and Shadow Nemesis. As long as you hang on to that thing and make sure you have it, if something happens to us, keep
Whoa.
it. You die,
No one is touching this. Trust me. And I am fully aware of all of its powers. So, as the chosen one of this item, I can handle it without harm. But it seems like nobody else can touch it. It's very strange.
were you trying to use it on Gregernant back there?
What's that? Pardon? I didn't.
Were
I
you
didn't
trying to use your evil talisman on Gregernant back there?
Yeah. You got
Why?
me. I tried to tag him because he insulted me, and I demand
Who gives a shit?
satisfaction. Me, I do.
We're going to restart this day. He's not even going to know who you are. The satisfaction won't matter. You'll kill him and he'll be here tomorrow. It's not going to matter. Let it go. None of this matters. The only thing that matters is the incremental steps we take towards getting the fuck out of here.
Well, I half agree with what you said. We should get out of here because I believe that in this little Ezra hut that we're going to, I sensed a very powerful object, which could be this Sunblade that you spoke of.
Okay.
I will take a quick commercial break right there.
Yeah.
You have received half agreement on the idea that maybe killing the town is pointless, but you have all agreed that going to the monastery could be useful. Is there anything else you'd want to say to each other before setting off? Del, I will ask you to roll me an insight with advantage.
Okay. Well, the rolls aren't great, but I have a good modifier, so 15.
15. You realize as you look at your fellows that everyone has had the living shit kicked out of them at this point, and you are about to head into a new deadly zone where you don't know what the threats are or what may be facing you. Advancing headlong into this, it might not be the best strategic move, but at the same time, you would be burning time if you were to take a short rest here. So it's really a question of what you think of the rest of the party. At 15, I will also say, when you look at them, you do also recognize that Tyler is still looking more handsome than normal and has an earring, and Adam is now carrying a much fancier, scarier axe than he was earlier.
Okay. I think as we're tromping along towards the monastery, I'm thinking maybe we could get stuff further in, but I'm just looking over them and see how beat up everybody is. Then Shadow Nemesis, Tyler, you both have shiny things. You got a new, is that a new axe? That doesn't look like your other axe.
Well, I guess, yeah, Ryan, did this replace my other axe, or is this a new axe?
This was in your hand. You don't know where your other axe went, because I think your other axe was locked into your armor, correct? Or was your other axe loose?
So I guess it's kind of confusing. So I had Gauntlet that had the Robocop spike and an axe. That axe broke, but I had another separate axe that could give curses and stuff.
Yes, that separate axe you still have. It's hanging on your belt. This new axe is in your hand.
Okay, but it's not part of my gauntlet. It's
you get the feeling that you could, if you found somebody who could help you with it, attach it in there, but it's not currently part of your gauntlet. No, it is just a new axe for you.
And is it like a two-handed, like kind of like full axe, or is it more like a hand axe?
No, it's a big old battle axe.
Ooh, okay. Wait, this
feels right in your hand. It just feels right and powerful.
Yeah. No,
It's the best axe you've ever had.
I was trying to deal with Gregernant, and then this thing popped up in my hand, so it was like a little reward, maybe.
Oh, it looks pretty fancy and
yes. I haven't had time to like study it though. Say, Tyler, you have that skill that can tell you what things are.
I do.
You want to like do that to this thing?
Yeah, I need to hold it for like 10 minutes though.
Okay. Here you go. Hopefully it doesn't instantly kill you.
Can you roll me a wisdom saving throw?
Me?
Adam. Shadow Nemesis.
Fucking thing.
Hand over the axe. Can you roll me a wisdom saving throw?
Well, I'm going to just guess wisdom is 0. There we go. All right. All right. 17.
17. You can hand it over. You're worried it's going to get taken, like you're always worried whenever you hand over any of your items, but you can hand this one over.
Mm-hmm. Like when I hold the talisman, or when I feel the talisman next to my skin, it has that like evil energy. And this one, maybe it also feels evil, but it doesn't have that like only evil people can have it evil kind of energy.
It does not have the only evil people can hold it that you're aware of. It's not feeling the same kind of evil, but it draws you more. You feel even more drawn to it. Like it belongs to you. It's a part of you. That's yours.
Okay. Here you go. But, when 10 minutes is up, like, snappy, give it back, right?
Sure. Yeah. Why would I? Yeah. Never mind.
Hey, no, I'm just saying, because you don't know what's going to happen. Just here you go, and just do your thing. And while that happens, I'll draw on the ground a plan of our attack.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. If you know the monastery, that's if you can give us an idea of what's there, that'd be really helpful.
Okay, give me 10 minutes to draw a very elaborate map.
Okay.
With dirt.
So we have 10 minutes to draw an elaborate map. We have 10 minutes to cast a spell. Del, what do you want to do for 10 minutes?
I guess while they're occupied with stuff and still looking at Tyler, who is looking beat up, but like in a really hot way. Like all of the cuts are like perfectly adding to his whole overall vibe.
Correct.
But I think I'll step aside with Rumple Foreskin to just. Okay, well, how are you doing after all the running and everything?
I mean, I'm starting to feel better now that we're going a little slower. These birds aren't that fast.
That's true. Yeah, no, they're not as fast as you. I mean, kind of left a tense situation and walked back into another tense situation, and I still don't really know what to do about Shadow Nemesis. I say, looking over at him, concentrating on this map.
La, 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 la.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like everybody just kind of like is just accepting that he's exactly the same.
Yeah.
And he almost got everybody killed in that village again.
I know. It's bad, right?
I agree. It's very bad.
Well, you've been like in the mists and all that stuff for like a long time. Has that ever made anyone crazy?
Like, have the mists driven people insane?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I kind of grew up with the herd and then spent several hundred years forced to be a riding animal for the Black Knight.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
I would say people tend to like it, admittedly limited experience, but it seems like the mists may drive people to be more of what they were when they started,
right?
Or spur them into kind of being the thing they want to be. It feels like the mists don't. Nobody in Ravenloft seems the same after a while, you know? Like they just seem to change, and change can be better. Like it seems like the Vistani do pretty great, and like we've met some people along the way who seem pretty great. And then a number of people just seem to go completely psycho, and then they get really self-obsessed, and they do a bunch of evil magic and turn other people to their will and such.
Yeah. Yeah,
but I don't know if that's the mist's fault, other than the mist presents some pretty extreme scenarios to really figure out who people are.
Yeah, that's like that makes a lot of sense, because at first I thought, like, you know, Shadow Nemesis is just the mist doing something to Adam, and then maybe we could separate them or something. But I kind of am realizing that Adam was sort of unhinged even before the mists. And I think because, you know, he didn't have a gun and he couldn't get big and stuff, like it was more like we thought it was just improv and like sketch comedy stuff, you know. But I think he might just not be okay mentally, you know. So then it's like, I don't know how could you fix him, because even if we put him back to Adam, he's just, if it wasn't actually something else that did it to him, you know.
That's like a great question, because if he was eccentric without power, and now that he has power, he's a megalomaniac.
Yeah.
If you take this personality away, but he grew the personality while he was here, then maybe he just grows another one.
I know.
Shadow something else.
I know. So I don't know what to, like, it becomes a question of like, we may just have to accept that he's like that to work with him, or there doesn't seem to be like a fix him option. You know what I mean?
Well, I haven't really seen one of those either, but we haven't really worked on that. Because I mean, the question is like, how do you fix him? Because are you fixing him to what you want him to be, or are you fixing him to what he wants to be, or is there some sort of like third option?
I don't know. And I guess that's a question too. Like if Adam was so scared here that he became Shadow Nemesis, then it's like, well, forcing him to be Adam is just going to make him scared again. And I mean, he seems to just be doing what he wants. So I don't know. Yeah, it's hard. It's sort of like a competing needs kind of thing. If he wants everything to go his way and we want to compromise, just don't really go together so well.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to compromise at all. Like it's all his, or it's his later, or I mean, he hasn't actively attacked anybody who isn't trying to prevent him from doing what he wants.
Yeah.
So I mean, realistically, it sounds like he's, you know, kind of evil.
Yeah. It's sort of like, you know, like he just, as long as he's not directly attacking us, because then we'll just have to retaliate. But
yeah, but he can also get us killed by villages. So I mean, here's the deal: I wouldn't hang out with him if the rest of you weren't here. You know, like I wouldn't go traveling with him. We would die.
Yeah. Oh, now you putting it that way. I mean, yeah, it's sort of like when, you know, sometimes family and you don't really get along, which you feel like you don't want to like abandon them, but Yeah, it's sort of rough, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it seems like this is a place where if he gets us all killed, we kind of get to just do a restart as far as we
Right.
know.
Right.
But yeah, it's kind of like one of those things that I don't know if that's going to be true the next place, and then we just all die.
Yeah. No,
Because he
and I
likes
mean, yeah.
someone's cat, or they see him do a crime or something, and then we all just get curb stomped by the elderly. I don't understand how this happens.
Yeah, no, I know. It's so maybe this is the place we can, think about it and maybe try some actionables or like come up with some ideas what to do in
I
the
think
future.
that's good. So, I mean, what do you think are the actionables? Like, if you had to figure out the steps, like, do you want to test him with stuff? Do you want to try to get him to do stuff? Do you want to, like, is this a punishment-based system or a reward-based system? Like, how do you think this is going to work?
Yeah, I really don't know. It seems like we can occasionally make him, bring him to heal with magic, but that doesn't really feel very nice either.
Well, yeah, it's like a correction of the moment, but it's not actually changing the source of the behavior.
Yeah. But if the source of the behavior is just he's scared and he's himself, then
Well, I mean, have you ever talked to Shadow? Maybe if you talk to Shadow Nemesis about his insecurities and fears. Because
that's true.
if he's covering things for Adam, then maybe you can figure out what those things are, and then if those things exist less, then Shadow Nemesis will be less necessary.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. Maybe we just need to talk to him more. It's sort of been a lot of stuff going on lately.
Yeah, and usually it devolves immediately into someone trying to hit him with rocks or kill him. And I feel like if maybe a single conversation could yield fruit. I don't know. Maybe it won't, because he's completely unstable. And again, I would not travel with him. He's a psychopath. But like, if you're determined to try to make this work, if you know his weaknesses, maybe you can protect him or gently exploit them.
That makes a lot of sense. Oh, thanks so much for talking to me about a Rumple Foreskin. And I'll take Rumple's
problem.
little bone horse head and lean my forehead against their forehead, like a little face hug.
Oh, that's real nice. That's nice. That's really nice.
We'll stick together. And thanks for speaking up about that. Like, that makes sense to me.
No problem. I'm team you.
I'm team you too, and we gotta help those boys somehow.
Yeah. And 10 minutes have passed. You circle back. Tyler,
Yes,
you
sir.
have been trying to identify the power of this axe.
Mm-hmm.
What you realize is it has bonded with Adam. Adam, it is a +2 battle axe. So it's the same kind of axe that you have, only add one more to your to hit bonus and one more to your damage bonus.
Oh, wow. So my attack bonus goes from +6 to +7 if I use this?
Correct.
Hot damn. Bye-bye, other axe.
Hot dog.
What dog? And sorry, what was the other thing? I got +7.
So you get
and my
+1 to your
damage
attack
is-
bonus and +1 to your damage bonus. So whatever you roll plus that number, that goes up by 1 as well. Because it was already a +1 axe for anybody at home who's wondering how this is only adding +1.
Okay, so my 1d8 +4 turns into a 1d8 +5.
Correct.
Well, I get this old axe and I'm just like, well, bye. And I just drop it in my bag of holding and
Yep, and
take
that's
the
true
axe
for
from
multiple reasons after you handed this back. If Tyler gives it back to you, it will also
what I
give
know.
you +1 HP per level. So you'll get 5 more health points when you are using this axe.
oh, wow. Really? Oh,
Yep.
so
But-
does it go to my total or I don't
your
automatically
total.
gain 5? Okay, all right.
To your total.
Okay.
But Tyler, here's the other thing. Again, Tyler hasn't handed this back, and he may not have told you this, but it's good that you're writing this down.
Oh, there's more.
There are 2 curses that are attached to this axe and now to Shadow Nemesis. The first is the curse of attachment. Shadow Nemesis compulsively needs to keep this thing within reach at all times because he is bonded to this weapon in an unhealthy way. And Shadow Nemesis has disadvantage when using any other weapon if there are enemies within.
No. So it's either this or like my gun? Oh no.
Your gun, you have
Wait,
disadvantage.
oh. Now, hold on a minute. Within 60 feet?
You have to have no enemies within 60 feet.
So if I have this axe, okay. Here's the situation. Let's say I'm surrounded by people. Let's say I'm surrounded by people and I want to shoot them.
No time at all.
Right? Can I get the axe, throw it 60 feet away, and then shoot people? Or no?
No, there has to be no foe within 60 feet that you can see or hear.
As long as I'm holding the axe, or like now I'm just cursed because I own the axe.
You are attached to this axe. This axe is who you are. This axe is your personality. You love this axe.
Oh, why? My guns.
Oh my god.
Then the second curse. Which is the reason that this item is known as the Berserker Axe.
Oh, great. Well, I'll write that down.
Whenever a hostile creature damages you while the axe is in your possession, Shadow Nemesis, you must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or go berserk. While you are berserk, you must use your action each round to attack the creature closest to you with the axe. If you can make extra attacks as part of the attack action, you use those extra attacks, moving to attack the next closest creature after you kill your current target. If you have multiple possible targets, you attack one at random. You are berserk until you start your turn with no creatures within 60 feet of you.
Whoops. Oh man, that was a roller coaster because that was like good, bad, then kind of good again. Wow.
Creatures include us, so I don't like that.
We'll take a quick commercial break right there.
Friends are creatures.
Tyler, this is what you have learned about the axe.
All right.
What do you tell your friend who is looking at you, waiting to receive it back?
Oh, he's looking at me. Fuck. Okay.
He finished his map and said, or do you know what? I would say let's figure out, Shadow Nemesis, can you roll me, I would say, performance or sleight of hand for your map creation on the ground? Because I want to see if you can finish it in the amount of time you thought, / how good it is.
I would say performance because I have, it's like a slideshow. You want the slideshow to go good, right? It's not just the slide, it's how you present the slides. So let's do performance. Okay, that is a total of 17.
Okay. Yeah, you do a solid job. It will look like you intend, and you do finish on time. So you turn back to see Tyler finish his spell at the same time.
Shadow Nemesis, you see like realization play out across my face as these different attributes of this axe are revealed to me, landing on my eyes probably kind of wide, and then they come up to look at you, and I'm going through my bag of holding. I'm going through my bag of holding.
Wait. Can I get my axe back?
All right. We will now be looking at a competing roll. Del, you were seeing this happen. Is there any way you would want to interfere or affect this?
I see Tyler's face, and I see Tyler going to do a thing. So I'm going to cast guidance on Tyler. So you'll
do you
get
have to touch for guidance, or can you do it for rank?
It's guiding whispers because the ghosts do it. So ghosts swirl up around Tyler. I can do it within 60 feet. Cast
Fabulous.
guidance.
So you do that, no problem. So Tyler, for you, I would say this is sleight of hand feels the most accurate.
Too, yeah.
You will be adding a D4 because you do have guidance. Shadow Nemesis, are you trying to snatch the axe, or are you trying to just tackle Tyler?
No, I would go for the axe.
Go for the axe. Okay, then I would say a sleight of hand as well, or I would accept acrobatics.
I guess sleight of hand because I'm trying to steal it back, I suppose.
Great. Hand v hand.
All right. 14.
13. God damn.
You almost got it in the bag when it gets snatched back by Shadow Nemesis.
Hey, what the hell was that? I saw you trying to put it in your bag.
You don't understand. The thing is cursed, Shadow Nemesis.
What?
It's cursed. It's
I
already
take a few
cursed you.
steps back and I cradle it. What are you talking about? What are you doing? What does it do?
It's going to make you crazy. It's going to make you impossible to
Crazy? No, it's crazy.
travel
Taking this
with.
axe from me.
Oh boy.
And I'm already like turning to Del just because I understand. Like, if I understand the curse correctly, it doesn't matter that I explained it to him. He's already affected by it.
Correct.
I say to Del, like, it's gonna make him hit harder, and he's gonna be able to take hits better.
Yeah.
But the trade-off is he will refuse to part ways with it. He can't even use Shadow Nemesis. You can't use your other weapons, at least not as effectively. The nature of the curse on that axe is that you favor it. It's the only weapon that you can effectively wield. Everything else is not going to work the same way anymore. It's going to be shittier. Even your precious gun or your amulet, for that matter, all of it. All of it's going to be worse as long as you have that axe in your possession. As long as the curse of the axe is affecting you. And on top of that, as far as I can tell, every time you get hit, you're going to go. You might go insane and start lashing out at anyone around you, including us.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I kind of like the first part a little bit, and then the me not being able to shoot people. That's kind of bad. But if you're not yeah, I guess that's. Why do I always get cursed things? Ah! And I just kind of start. I want to chop a tree down and be like,
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving. Oh boy. Okay. 14.
14. He must be wrong. This axe is so good. Like you go to swing at the tree and then you realize, no, man, this axe is great.
Oh yeah. And then I remember that Tyler was trying to steal it, which makes me think, oh, maybe he's just saying bad things to make me be like, oh, here, Tyler, you hold on to this cursed item so I can't have it. So I'll be like, oh, well. Oh, don't worry, Tyler. I won't go berserk if someone touches me or not be able to shoot things with my gun.
No, you definitely will. I cast
agree.
a spell on it.
Mm-hmm.
Would you at least? I wanted to put it in this bag just to keep it away from you, so that we could talk clearly about this. But I think it doesn't matter. I think you're still affected by it regardless. But would you please put it in this bag of holding? I'll let you keep the bag.
So I'd have like 2 bags of holding?
Yeah, if you want.
But if I needed it, I'd have to pull it out of the bag of holding.
Yep,
and
you would have the bag. You'd have the bag. I would give it to you.
Nah, you know what? Axe better than bag. Bag not good like axe.
Okay, then. Hey, can I have your handgun?
No.
How come?
What's going on here? No, because stop trying to take my things. What's going on here?
I just talking, man. Can I have it?
No, you can't have
Tyler,
my gun.
the mist swirls up around this conversation. Can you roll me a d6?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I rolled a 2.
Roll the 2.
Yep.
Shadow Nemesis, you know deep in your heart he's just trying to steal all your stuff.
Yeah. You knock it off, all right? Listen, I know I might have beefed it back there trying to kill that Gregernant guy, but it doesn't mean you get to steal all my stuff, all right?
Okay.
Now, can I present to you my plan so we can get a magic sword that might help everybody?
I look around because, like, if anything hits this guy, he's going to attack us within 60 feet. And I have to get close enough to look at his map. I'm just like...
So now, just to clarify, like, if a squirrel drops a nut on my head, am I going to go insane and start killing people?
If you are attacked by something, you are going to need to roll a wisdom saving throw to knock the psycho and try to kill people. That is correct.
Ooh. All right. Okay. What if I trip and the ground hits me? Does that count?
Well, luckily, you usually don't have to roll to trip. But, I mean, the rules as written say that whenever you get hit, you have to succeed. So falling damage would be you hitting something, not it hitting you. When you fall down, the ground isn't lashing out at you. Gravity is making you collide with the ground.
Right. Though he usually blames the ground when he falls. But okay, all right.
Oh, that's good to know. That won't make him go berserk, though. He just dislikes the ground.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right.
Del, I'm not lying about any of this.
No, the curse thing, is the curse whenever he's holding the axe, or is he just cursed no matter what?
He's cursed. I can maybe crack it, but not today.
Yeah, and maybe I'm sure New Rogue would be good at helping out with that. Maybe with Holy Ezra, whatever. But all right, we'll just look out for it. Shadow Nemesis, show us your plan, and maybe we can do one where you go in and we cover you or something.
Well, listen to my plan, okay?
Okay.
And
you all move towards Shadow Nemesis to hear this plan, to look at his excellently drawn map, concerned deeply about his magical axe. And that's when, Del, the glint of Tyler's earring catches your eye, reminding you that there is the earring here. And you look down and see the mist removing a mist-like hand from your pocket. And when you reach down, you realize it is full of cookies.
Ooh.
That's the end of the episode.
That's the end of this episode, listener, but next week you could become a watcher and affect the Jesters' adventures by joining our Twitch stream, which happens every Wednesday night. If you join our Twitch chat, you can give the cast magical items, name NPCs, and decide the events that shape Ravenloft. So, catch up on the story, follow Dum Dum Dice on Twitch, and join our weekly stream right away. Jesters of Ravenloft features the voices of players Tyler Hewitt, Del Borovic, Guy Bradford, and Adam McNamara, alongside Dungeon Master Ryan LaPlante. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Jesters of Ravenloft's artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com. That's DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is Dark Mysterious Halloween Night by Sound Gallery by Dmitry Taras, and our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, whose music is available at freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum-Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDUMBDICE. Now get out of here before the mist gets you too!
Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, George Dolby, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Mithrian, Garbo Ape, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia De Los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Remy Funky Head, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Shulzari, The Long Family, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Alex Parr, Dragonfly, The Body Barrelers, Megan Werner, A Man Out of Time, Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com, Panda24NN, Shendra D, Your Homeboy Bones, The Gata Family, Ellis Hatch, Odigenous, Beef Not Cheese, Kai Koa, Squire Solaire, Sandy Sassy Pants, Adam, Amira Lockhart, James Molina, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.